this Magic Johnson winning time, the Lakers, 70s, 80s, picking up at his first year. This show really surprised me, man.
Really?
This show surprised me because I didn't know it was going to be this good. Like I first of all, it took me a few weeks to even click on it. And I actually read an article that said the views started slow. Like, it's taken a while for people to catch on. And the last episode was actually the highest rated show as far as views is concerned. So people are starting to catch on to the show, and I'm right on the late train. But I'm glad I caught the late train, man.
I was there on episode 1. I was excited to see this show.
Yikes.
Yeah, I just I don't know, like it. It's a fascinating project. It's not endorsed by Magic Johnson. It's not endorsed by any of the people depicted in the show. And I actually, I communicated through Facebook with a popular author, Roland Lazenby. He did a book on Kobe, book on Jordan. He knows people around the league, and he feels it's a hack job on the individual people,
right?
That nobody's portrayed in a particularly favorable light, and I get that. But this thing is high level entertainment. It is funny. That every character has something going on that makes them compelling to watch,
right?
And it's just got that level of. It's loosely tracking the purchase of the Lakers by Dr. Jerry Buss, and then that coincides with Magic's first year and what we come to know as the Showtime Lakers of the 80s into the 90s, and it's just phenomenal. It creates a lot of dramatized events. It's just raw, uncensored, unfiltered. There's just like one hysterical scene after another, and it's just brilliant entertainment.
It really is, man. But, okay, so that's the overall sentiment, right? That that they're like over dramatizing, whatever. Dramatizing the characters, Magic Johnson, Jerry Buss, and they're like, there's just, too big of a hack jobs on these guys that they really weren't acting like this. These weren't their, their overall day-to-day attitudes and things like that, especially Jerry Buss and Magic Johnson.
And Jerry West in particular.
Jerry West.
Yeah.
Jerry West in particular, Buss and Johnson. But, it just makes for a fucking great show. And like I said, from a guy that from my era, I would assume my era and anybody who was born afterwards, like we don't fucking know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what Jerry West was like, or I've never barely heard him speak before in my life. And all I know is Magic Johnson had a lot of girls. So I thought that was
you forgot
correct.
About the 5 championships?
Well, we haven't gotten to that part yet in the show. But the thing that has people mad about Magic Johnson is, he's going to these parties, he's having sex with all these girls while he's on the phone with his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that scene was fucking crazy when they were like, how are you doing, Magic? Like, are you eating? And then he showed him eating
coochie.
He showed him eating some coochie.
That's like,
that's kind of believable. Like,
but that's the I mean, it's got this like crazy little funny irony that you're.
It
doing
does,
that.
but who's to say that's farce? Like, how are you going to say? Like, how can somebody come out and say? And Will Lee is my guy, but like, how can you come out and say like that's false? We don't know. Like, I would assume I would say that's more true than not true. Like,
Yeah. But like again, like the way that they presented the scene, he's talking to his mom.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not simultaneously eating.
Yeah,
pussy,
come on.
But they create the flashback. That's just brilliant editing and clever
awesome,
and
man.
funny.
It's
There's
awesome.
just so many things. Like I love the one scene when before he left Michigan and he goes to the pickup court to play against the dude that he was seeing. And I mean,
that's believable.
And the way he went in on that guy was just crazy.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and like you've I mean, I don't know. Most people aren't that clever, but like the writers of that show, they went in on that guy.
They really
it was
did.
Just like, this was great, man.
They really did. They really did.
And just like the Jerry Buss character just kills me. Like there was a scene in the
Right
last
now,
episode.
right now he's holding the show for me. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Magic is Magic, but like the Buss guy is he's the guy that's carrying the show right now.
Yeah, he's hysterical.
Yeah.
The one time like they're at a training camp and he's just eating lobster with a bib on, and he's talking to somebody, and he just gets up and goes, "I got a lot of butter on me," and he just jumps in the pool. It's just so random and fun. funny.
He's at the pool party, and he got this young chick all over him or whatever, and his ex-wife like walks up on them, and he's like, "Don't worry about her. That's just my ex-wife." It's like, where are you going? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I fucking love the show. If you're not watching it, this is, and I don't care if you're a basketball fan, not a basketball fan. If you love the Lakers or you hate the Lakers, this is a good, this is a damn good show to watch, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for 100% historical accuracy, go watch a documentary.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
you want to be entertained, this show is entertaining.
There
If
you
you
go.
like basketball, if you're amused by the characters in this in this show, or straight up, if you don't like basketball at all, this show stands on straight comedy.
Yeah.
Like if you just have a sense of humor,
Exactly.
you will laugh at this show.
Exactly.
So just big time shout out to the creators of this thing. It is freaking funny.
Will on the show, because in real life we all assume Magic and Buster's daughter Jeannie is their best friends.
Yeah.
Do you think on the show they're going to have them having sex? Because remember when he goes and visit Bus on the first time at Bus's house?
Yeah.
And he sees Jeannie, he's like, damn. Like
They
he sees her
kind of,
ass.
yeah, that was interesting. They put that in there,
Yeah.
but then they've left it alone.
They left it alone for
yeah,
now.
I don't think they smashed. My vote is they probably didn't smash.
In real life or on
In
the show?
real life.
Okay, I'm talking
Oh,
about
you're saying
on the show. Do you think?
No, I don't
they'll-
think they will.
Okay.
I don't think they will. I think that there's a different dynamic there
that's going to grow.
that'll grow, but I don't think they'll smash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that's just too goofy. How about though, like the one scene that was like borderline disturbing was he's at a restaurant with Jerry Buss at the restaurant with the girl, and the ex-wife comes in with the kids.
Yeah.
and then like the kids and the ex-wife move away to a different room, and he's literally like fingering this girl under the table.
Under the table.
And Jeannie, like who's like 10, like walks back and
And
it's
sees
just
it.
like, oh god. But then like I love the way, like it's not just. I want to explain. It's not just like this stupid humor,
No,
because they twist things back up. Because later, Jeannie's a young adult. She's working for the team, and they're trying to come up with like promo stuff. And like at one point, she knows what her dad is, and they don't portray it like some mental health crisis, but she's like they have like cheerleaders getting like trying out, and she's the one that's like, this is not what we want. Like at the end of the day, what we want is people to come in here for 2.5 hours and enter the world of Dr. Jerry Buss,
Right.
which is full of boobies and butts and basketball. And like that's it.
Yeah.
And again, it does speak to like that origins of making the game fan friendly.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody that comes to a basketball game is not a basketball fan. They're not looking at the nuance of the
Right.
game. They're there to be seen, to be a part of this experience. And Jerry Buss, just from an entertainment standpoint,
He had that vision.
it didn't just come from Magic throwing no-look passes. It came from the Laker girls. It came from the club in the arena and the atmosphere of celebrities and all that stuff. And that's marketing 101.
No, for sure. And they definitely detailed that, and I love it, man.
I'm gonna say too, the coach they hired, Jack McKinney, unknown guy, whatever, and I love this from basketball scene. He gets the job, he sits the team down, and he starts watching film, and he shows them plays. He goes, "This was your most popular play last year, and this was your second, and you ran this like 100 times," and it's basically what he breaks down is basketball in a slow walk-up setting is difficult to be successful at. Everybody runs the same couple plays. The other team knows what the plays are. They have a defense to stop it. But he brings up, by pushing the ball, by attacking before the defense is set, you create spontaneous opportunities that quite literally can't be defended. And that's like a real basketball notion.
It really is, and it shows like the way the team had pushed back at first, and he was unsure of himself at first, and it was like he's like, man, I know I have the fucking right plan. What is going on? Is something wrong with me? It's like, where's the disconnect?
Yeah.
And then finally it catches on, and it shows how Magic wants to be a part of the team and on the team side, like, hey, you want me to go to the owner? Me and Bus are best friends. I can get this coach out of here. But at the same time, he's on the new coach's side too. Like, hey, well, what do I need to do to get these guys? Oh, you wanted me to be the team captain? I thought Kareem is like, you know what I'm saying? So he's trying to work with
call
him.
him Cap.
Call him Cap.
So like, I mean, and to me, I think of this show as borderline brilliant because it has absurd, almost like slapstick level comedy, and if you kind of read between the lines, it's got some some lessons, basketball stuff, business marketing stuff, and some stuff that's worth seeing.
We've seen some great stuff this year. The Kanye doc. They got this.
Without a doubt.
They're in their bag, man. These writers and directors.